Hmm. Let's see. Yes. Hey. Welcome everybody. It's Rev. We are doing a deck profile, hero beat again. Real exciting stuff here, but I think I have some new goo for you guys. Some of that good goo. Um, and yeah, if you subscribe, you are a god, a golden god, a seven-dimensional digital golden god. If not, so be it, I guess. Um, so really, over the last few days, there have been discussions coming up about whether or not Hero Beat's a good deck or not, or tier one or tier two. And my take on it has pretty consistently been that it just has a much lower ceiling than most other decks. I'll kind of talk about those. Um, and a lot of people have been theorizing whether or not there's a way to increase the ceiling of the deck. Um, I was theorizing in my last Hero Beat video whether or not we should be raising the ceiling or optimizing around the win condition, which is consistency and just presence throughout the game. And then I was thinking maybe the idea with Hero Beat shouldn't be necessarily raising its own ceiling, but reducing everyone else's ceiling, which is why I'm trying this build out with skill drain. Because when you think about like the ceiling of just regular Diva Hero Beat, um, or even like the Hero Beat with Seers and stuff, like basically every other deck is just like can just like blow you out of the water. Like dragons is dragons, like they're just the ceiling is like infinite. Like they can literally draw like 18 cards like out of nowhere. Vayu can OTK you very easily. They run Dark Armed, they run Burial, they can run Oppression, they can run Deck Dev. Blackwings has Black Whirlwind. Lightsworns even like can just mill wolves and has Judgment Dragon, which is busted. Zombies can OTK you, like, and like some of this stuff is like even like delving into tier two. Like I was like coming into this video thinking about like frogs even like the substitute stuff is just ridiculously powerful compared to what this deck can do. Like just substitute, go through your deck, set up a grave, like with one for one, like that's so good because you thin your deck out and then you're just drawing bombs over and over again. Um, but like I was thinking like before this video, like, oh, Hero Beat like has a much lower ceiling than everything in tier one. Like despite like Miracle Fusion being a good card, it's not like an auto win. And then I was thinking like it even has a lower ceiling than most of the stuff in like tier two. So like it just can't really like completely destroy you out of nowhere the vast majority of the time, which is why I think there's a big debate on whether or not it's a tier one deck and why it hasn't won a tournament, but still has somewhat consistent showing uh, in the top tables. So I thought skill drain might be a good answer to that, just so that again we're not optimizing for our own ceiling, but we're maintaining a lot of it by having three miracles, but we're reducing everyone else's ceiling. And what I basically did um, is went through all of like the water cards in Edison format, um, and saw if there was anything that was viable with skill drain that like activates in graveyard or is like a goblin zombie type effect that like can't miss timing and is just good. Like I was looking at like Mother Grizzlies and like Yomi ships and like a bunch of other recruiters, but frankly they all kind of suck ass and they don't have like good enough stat lines. Like the premier stat line in Edison is 1900. Like even like Machina Gear Frame is like a significantly worse card just because of that like 100 less attack. It's like significantly worse. Um, and like everything that's like even Stratos, like I know it's like the most busted normal summon, but can you imagine how good it would be if it was at 19? It's just such an important breakpoint. Um, and I figured Warrior of Atlantis would be a good starting point to synergize with Skill Drain just because it lets you get on board. It allows you to run the three miracles and that's kind of it. I mean, this deck's pretty standard in my opinion. There's a few experimental things like the main deck Cyber Dragon and the Exiled because it gets under skill drain. I don't know if that's right or not. Um, if you guys have other ideas, I'm definitely open to them. This is very rough. I've only played a few games with this so far, and it so far has felt pretty good. Um, the like the one thing maybe on like my mind is like what other water monsters like could be subbed in, but like I looked through them all, like literally every single one, and I couldn't find anything unless I missed it that like fits in the deck. Like I guess you could do like Mother Grizzly, but like I don't know, like are you really gonna run like two Mother Grizzly and a Yomi ship or something like in lieu of this? Maybe that's better to help you stick on board. I'm really not sure. But the other thing is the importance of having a hero in this deck, like at all times. So I was thinking about like maybe cutting like an Exiled and maybe a Warrior of Atlantis, and then doing like two Ocean and like three Ecall. And I know that sounds crazy, like because you're just gonna have dead Ecalls like somewhat frequently, but you can't really play this deck without like Alias, and you can't really play this deck without like Miracle Fusion being live and stuff. So you really, really need to get them quickly. Like even if you go 2 turns like without a hero, like you're gonna start drawing hero blasts. If you don't have a grave setup, you're gonna start drawing gem sparks, and it's just really, really tough. Or like even worse yet, you're gonna have Miracle Fusions just dead in hand. So I really do think the correct way to go with this deck is just hyper optimizing consistency. I mean, you have one of the most busted search spells in the game, which is Ecall or in Edison, so I think we should be utilizing that. So this is a rough template, definitely open to suggestions. Pretty standard, other than the Atlantis, the 3 Upstart, which I am, of course, a big proponent of, and the Skill Drain, uh, paired with the 3 Miracle Fusion, and Stardust, or Starlight rather, because we are going to be setting a lot of back row, and we're going to have a floodgate up at a lot of the points in the game. So side is, there's some experimental stuff in here. The big thing to talk about is two Royal Oppression. It really just allows you to, like, based on the matchup, run two of the most broken floodgates in the game, which are Royal Oppression and Skill Drain, depending on, again, what you're playing against. So I was thinking about like what other like kind of floodgate type stuff I can add in here, like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is good, I think, is a one of. I don't know if it's worth like adding a Light Imprisoning Mirror or anything like that, but this is what I landed on. It's pretty rough. Definitely help me out and test it, and let me know what you guys think. I'll probably do some posts in the Discord once this video uploads, by the way, which is 20th of November, at least is when I'm recording it. I don't know when it'll get uploaded, probably in a few weeks, but we're gonna cut it here. We're gonna jump into some games, and let's see how it goes. All right, guys. So this is like the third or fourth game that I've tried to do a live recording on, and we're just facing some serious DB bullshit, like people quitting, people um fucking like not knowing rulings, stalling, playing like just really like stupid decks that I don't think you guys like want to play against. Um, so I think we're just gonna try to upload this either way. Like if we get creamed, we get creamed. Like, and I don't like I upload my losses too, but like I'm not like uploading games that last like an hour and a half due to bullshit. So, all right, we e-call and play Stratos, and then we grab our alias. Actually, this dude was online getting into an argument with Keegan the other day in the actually in the Vayu Turbo channel about whether or not this deck was good, I believe. I just remember his name because I thought it was kind of funny. Um, so I think he either plays Vayu Turbo or Hero Beat. I don't know. He was in the Vayu Turbo channel, so I'm just assuming it's Vayu Turbo. No Blackwing, no cry. So it's probably Vayu Turbo. Um, Pardon me. Here, I'm just assuming that this is, God damn, pardon me, a hamster or a Raikou. If it's hamster, we definitely want to swing in with something with 19. I don't want to commit alias without like having the ability to activate Gemspark on something else. Um, if it's Raikou, like I think this is still the right play if it's hamster or Raikou. Oh, it's frogs. Okay. So can we come back from a gorge? We have Mirror Force, so I'm just gonna go for the damage. Does not have gorse, so it's frogs. I don't think there's any reason to set Hero Blast yet. Although, like, what if we normal summon Gem Spark and then Hero Blast something? I mean, behind a Starlight Road, I think we actually do set this. We do. And I'm hoping he starts, like, using some removal on these guys, and then we can stick an Ocean and start plussing off of it. Uh, that's fine. Okay, Oystermeister. And Oystermeister, okay. Um, yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. This is pretty good for him. You're good, bro. So we're gonna get dupe locked. Or soft locked. Maybe he wants to take out a back row next turn. Or this turn, I don't know. Uh, so that means there's a sub in hand, probably. Okay, so sub in hand, almost definitely. And then all frogs gone. So, got the dupe. It's not really not accomplishing anything. So we can, pardon me, huh. We can make these mistiming. So like if we chain to Treeborn, we can Gem Spark, and then we can chain to something else to Hero Blast these off. But is that worth it? I mean, we could even chain to our own stuff, honestly. Just don't. Do we get punished for like having too big of a board? Not really behind Starlight Road. So this is getting normal summoned. Maybe we should have. Uh, uh, we're setting this all. It sucks to clog your back row like this, but we kind of have to, I think. And I don't think we're gonna chain to Treeborn, are we? We gonna chain to Treeborn? Yeah, we are. This might not be optimal, but like we kind of have to get moving. Can't just like wait around forever. In fact, I think like the win con in this case is probably getting more aggressive. So yeah, I think this is right. And it misses timing because it's chain link 2 or higher since we chained to Treeborn, by the way, if you're wondering. Um, yeah. Hmm. No neg. Target. Um, I think we chain CL1 and then CL2. Uh, oh, interesting. Okay. I don't really think that's that big of a deal. And then this gets banished. It seems like we actually have a legitimate game, despite us being not in the best spot. What I'm thinking in terms of a game plan is we have to mirror force this, and then we can set up Ocean and try to force his hand on removal, and then we can back it up with the deep prison, but that's fine too. Um, huh. So we can Miracle Fusion with Ocean Stratos, but that seems bad just to remove a Caius, and we have 2 battle traps. So what I'm most concerned about is if he removes the Ocean, then our Miracle's offline, because we don't have a way to stop another Caius summon. I don't think we can afford to play around that though. Like if we just normal Ocean, or like set Ocean Miracle Fusion, then we can trade into this, but like summoning absolute zero onto an empty board is pretty bad, and I think we have enough defense to like eventually get another water. So I'm normal summoning this and setting this, and then we're passing. What we ideally want to do is like have him get like a board of a few things, and then summon absolute zero. You usually don't want to summon absolute zero into a threat that absolute zero can remove by itself, and you also don't want to summon absolute zero with nothing on the opponent's board unless you're like going for game or something. You usually want to get them to like commit a little bit so that like when absolute zero is removed, something comes with it. Okay. Oh, sub was in deck. He kept that in deck. Huh. Uni, guessing. 3 dupe frogs. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So here's a good board to summon absolute zero into, but we're gonna mirror force anyway. Um, is there any reason to deprison? No. Now we just have to figure out how to deal with the dupe. But we do get another search, which is great with Ocean unless he removes this. Okay. We're in a decent spot here. Um, we just don't have a solution to this dupe right now unless we absolute zero, which I really don't think is worth it at this point. We might have to play passively for a turn or two. And we do have to worry about monarchs. Because he hasn't normaled yet, right? Played 1 for 1 and just sacked a bunch of stuff. You just gotta gun it. Alright, we are going to clear this hand. Um, so here's where I really think the second ocean would be good. Like, it just gets us, like, in so much safer of a range. For Miracle Fusion. And it makes late game future fusions live. So I think it's probably 2 Atlantis, 2 Ocean, and another E-Call. I'm like getting more and more certain of that. Um, Ocean here is just, or Absolute Zero is just so bad. It's just so bad. Pain. Um, because what if he Caiuses us, and then we have to get aggressive. Like time is on his side. Like the longer we take, the more bad things get for us. So we Miracle Fusion, and then we just swing. And we're gonna Miracle Fusion with the alias. Because we have so many of them and we can reuse Stratos maybe. Well, no we can't since Ocean is going, but it's better to have like, if we already have 3 fucking alias, like might as well keep a Stratos. Alright, is he getting back? Uni. Okay. Wait, he didn't have Gores earlier, but I don't think he'd summon Gores into an absolute zero anyway. Oh, he would. Which is at 18. Okay. I'm not feeling that afraid right now. I mean, he does have the uni, but we have an out to it, which is cool. Yeah, we're in a tough spot actually. And we can clear his stuff, but I just don't think we can put enough pressure on right now to win the game. So what I suspect is going to happen here is Monarchs are going to start raining down on us, and we can't do anything about it. Nothing. I don't know what there is to think about. Is he worried about Torrential? Like, I wouldn't activate it anyway. The good news is, like, at least Absolute. Oh wow, he didn't summon Treeborn? Oh god. The good news is Absolute Zero is a water. So we can Miracle Fusion again if we draw it. But I think like having another Ocean is just really good for like late game Future Fusions too. Like I think it just has to be. We do burn this on a Unifrog. Oh, actually, you know what? Should we have kept that? Because he can then Unipop this later. I don't know. Because this does trade, and then we have Alias's follow up. So I don't know. Like I think we should have let Absolute Zero die. Pretty sure we should have. Because he's gonna Treeborn Unipop this, but he might be too low to do that actually next turn if we can get some attacks through. He hasn't played Fader yet. So in terms of back row, we have to fear breaks, roars, mirror force. They usually don't main torrential. Drew deep prison, which is good. Okay. All the subs are gone. All the dupes are gone, so I think we can attack with Alias first and just go for the extra damage for a 2-turn clock with absolute zero. Okay, so it's roar, no big deal. We have an answer for Uni, I guess. And then we're in top deck mode. He has to bring out Treeborn here. Like, why wouldn't you? What is he afraid of? What am I missing? Is he worried about like me blowing up? Why would he be worried about like any of that? Don't you just want a blocker? Let's hit him with the think. So yeah, he's probably gonna heavy storm us, or he's going to start going in with uni right now. Oh, are we dead? Is this the fish OTK? Coming at our cheeks. One and yeah. So we take 1,000. NBD. So we know his hand's just uni. Um, so we crash absolute zero. Oh, that's what he's thinking. Yeah, because absolute zero goes to 3,000. I think we just crash absolute zero and we have to go in, and then we hope we draw enough beaters to like get over Treeborn with something else. What else is the alternative? Like deprisoning this? But then we have to use it on Uni, right? Like I think we actually let's think about this. He's not gonna attack, right? Maybe we can bait him into an attack. So let's think about like what happens. So he summons Treeborn. If we turn this to defense, um, he can't crash and then resummon it. So maybe we can bait him into that. And if he summons Uni, we can deprison that anyway. What's the punish here? I feel like I'm missing something. Because if we crash and then we can go in and get 19 with Alias, but then we're just going to be stuck attacking into a Treeborn Frog for all of eternity. So I think we have to try to like bait him into something. And we don't want this dying by battle, by the way, because if he summons Treeborn and this is at 3,000, he can crash and just summon itself again. And maybe, oh, that's interesting. Huh. Um, hmm. So what we can do is like if we crash into this, it just comes back. which doesn't do anything. Then we're just in the same position as last turn, so I think we actually just gem spark it off, right? We attack this, then gem spark it, then attack directly with absolute zero. Yeah. Attack directly in this guy. Attack you. And then what are we realistically playing around at this point? Trag, which means nothing. If he faders, that's fine. And now I think we just have better top decks. This seems like it's the fish OTK just because I know people have been playing Tongyo for the sucky sucky. But I don't know. The other nice thing we have an option to do is if like he sets up some sort of wall, we can just sack off Absolute Zero for Cyber Dragon and blow up his board and attack for game. And then all that saves him is most likely Vader, or if he has another Roar. I frankly don't know how the fish OTK works at all. I just haven't like put in the time to watch the videos that like James Ark and others have put out. I especially with Edison haven't really gotten into like that many combo decks other than Vayu Turbo, which can have some pretty cool combos. That's cool. So he's gonna try to lock us out. So we know his hand is Uni Doop Doop something else. He's setting that. Probably just win. We just sacked us off. He admitted defeat. Okay, that's really good to win versus Frogs game 1. What's coming in? I think we just go like full floodgate probably, right? What's the We didn't really see that many other combo pieces though. Um hmm. So these seem good, bad, good? I don't know. So it has to be fish OTK. There's no way it's not. I mean, wait. We saw Oystermeister. We saw Cold Wave, which is typical. We saw the Marays. We saw Salvage. So I think we're gonna bring in an oppression. I think Mind Crush is good. I think Are they adding a lot? Probably not. No, definitely not. Fossil Dyna seems good versus like any frogs. This can Spell and Trap removal's coming out. Like he's probably siding some in, but that's I think fine by me. We have skill drains, we're gonna have floodgate protection. Let's just remove an exiled and Cyber Dragon, I think. It's good going second, but nah. And then so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we even want the compulse in? I'm not sure compulse does anything. Oppression, I think we have to have oppression just for like coelacanth subs to Toad, which feels weird. And I don't think Deep Prison does enough. In fact, all of our battle traps probably suck. Oh, that's the rugs. I almost forgot the fucking rugs. Just like so deep in like what I need to stop. Rugs. I think Mirror Force comes out. Like he's just gonna stun our shit, and we need to like be pretty proactive with stopping swaps and the Caiuses he probably runs. Probably on a few Caius. And I think we just have to like stick in oppression and probably stick a skill drain. And we're going second, so Rug kinda sucks here. Unless he like swap bounce. This is bad. And he even got rid of the fucking Caius. Okay. Do your wombo combos. So yeah, this is really rough. This is why frogs have just such a high ceiling. He's gonna thin his deck by like I don't know how many fucking oyster token. Oh yeah. He's gonna thin his deck by how many like cards? Like what 10 or 9 or something. And then we're gonna be locked. He's gonna plus off the lock, and we go second. So we can't like set up a Dyna realistically without it getting outed. But we're probably just gonna have to set up the Dyna. And we have a hand that's like pretty reactive and pretty rough going second. So we might have to set up Dyna in face down and try to blow up his board. What would be really nice is Torrential here. Because then we can chain link 2 Torrential and then hopefully blow up his shit. And then we just have to deal with the Treeborns. Oh, 3 swap out, 3 sub accounted for, 2 dupe. Got the Omega lock on us. Uni comes out, which is a bitch. Um, 3 swaps accounted for, 3 dupes, 3 subs, 2 Treeborn, the Uni. Yeah, his full deck is out. So that was like, how many cards out? Like 12-ish, like 10-ish, plus what's on board. Cray cray. Um, I am thinking here. What do we do? Since what he's gonna probably bring back Treeborn. Although I don't think he would actually do that. I think he's good enough where he would not bring back his Treeborn if we set something into a Torrential, if we set a back row. So what I think I need to play around is him not summoning Treeborn if we set a back row, and then if we do set a back row, he's just gonna Uni and blow up our back row. So the only other thing I really need to consider is if he has a Caius follow-up, in which case I kind of want to bluff an Alias for a turn. Or we could set 2 back row and just say, fuck it, you are gonna blow up one of them with Unifrog, and then we set Fossil Dyna behind the 2. I think we have to do that. Like we're losing pretty hard here with this hand. And I don't think we can afford to bluff these and get them banished because we need them for Miracle probably. So we're just gonna have to sacrifice a back row. Um, either Rug or Solemn. And to protect ourselves against a Caius here. I just didn't see that many Caiuses. Yeah. Rug's kinda dead anyway. Rug's kinda dead. So if it gets popped, we're not that upset. If Solemn gets popped, we kind of are. I don't think he's gonna summon Treeborn. Oh, he is. That's bold. Uh, yeah, we just have to do this. I think the correct play for him is probably just Unipoke. Then main phase 2, try to Kaiasis. Damn. He has Kai's, he has Kai's. Nothing I can do about it. Wow. That is fucking stupid. This opener. Jesus. Everything you could ever want. And a back row. Alright, so here, and there's the oppression. Nice. Um, Here we're just setting ocean and then passing. And then we're gonna have to sit behind an absolute zero unless this gets banished. These kind of games always illustrate like how stupid going first versus second is in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in Edison and Goat. Like I just don't think effects like Substitute should exist. So he's thinking about Regeki Break, I'm assuming. I just don't think there was a way to win this game. Like I just don't like non-games like this, where it's like you went first, so you win. Good job. Not much to think about here, dude. You're like way up. Think about like how high the ceiling is with like the frogs, like as I was talking about in the like deck discussion. He went he got all the shit from his deck, so he thinned his deck by 10 cards. He sets up two potential plus ones. He sets up a board lock. He sets up a removal. That's just crazy. He sets up a grave for Treeborn too. Like that's legitimately going like when you count how plus Treeborn goes, that's legitimately going like plus like 7, like or 8. Because this can plus multiple times, and these require really inefficient answers. This plus is deck thinning is a theoretical plus. So here, E-Call's a good draw. So we E-Call for Stratos, and then I think we're just gonna Miracle Fusion and just wall for a bit. But we still can't deal with the Unifrog, which is obnoxious. Um, I don't think there's any punish for this. Unless it's like bottomless. That just sets us back a turn, which he'll probably win. We could set Alias Miracle. Nah, we're just doing this. Another alias. And maybe he has Crow. And we'll keep this in face-up attack, because it's fucking huge right now. He is at 4,000. And we can't set our oppression, so yippee. I legitimately think our like out at this point in the game is literally a deck out. We're just so far behind. And he still has all his gas. And his whole deck is gas right now. What's he thinking about? Break? Blow up his own board? I think that's what he would do. Like the thing that's coming to my mind at this point is like, oh, just sealing things. It's like this maybe is why like Heroes is like being, what's he doing? Purported as like a tier 2 deck just because look how high this ceiling is. Ridiculous. We bring out like an absolute zero as our power play. Effects are negated. Targets, you contribute a fish to destroy it. Okay, you got lots of fish. You got a tuner. What's he doing here? I'm not adjusting this thing's attack. This is why I hate combo decks. Especially stuff like Dragon Turbo too. Find them like slightly disrespectful to your opponent. If you're not playing at a reasonable pace. Look how long this game has taken. We're on game 2. Going on 45 minutes. Make your plays, dude. We dead. Is Oystermeister mandatory? If this card special summon, yes it is. Well, that was the wrong order after all. I don't know the deck well enough to know what error he made. Maybe he didn't want this token. This can get this up to 38, but we're at 45 on me. Okay. That's fine. Armory, I'm Colossal, so he wins, right? Yeah. So we're still at 4. We take 28. Yeah, we just lose. Okay. Hmm. I don't think we missided. I do not think we missided. Um, Exiled, like, it's a really shitty way to break a dupe block. This is fine. Few Stratos is always welcome to see. Plus Fossil Dyna. I think we may. Gotta think about this. This is more resilient to Crow, so these two go. Um, is it too early to set up Fossil Dyna? I think it is. I think it is. I'm just worried, like, what if he does some, like, bullshit one-for-one stuff turn 1 again? I think we have to get these gem sparks online sooner. Rather than later. Plus, like, if we set up Fossil Dyna and he just leaves it, then what basically happens is our future fusion gets bricked. Just fizzles, so that's not good. Like, at least with, like, the gem sparks here, um, we can, like, remove stuff. Okay, so he's just doing a hand refresh, which is okay, I guess. We're just gonna have to get aggressive. So next turn, well, let's see what he plays. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. Next turn, we're almost definitely summoning Alias, just because I think we really, really want this absolute zero out, because it just makes all of our other Miracle Fusions way more live and not as crowable. That's really good. See, we don't have any protection for our future fusion, but this can be really good if he, like, board locks us with a dupe. So in terms of what is he setting, um, probably something with a 2000 butt. So can we realistically afford to wait around? We can't summon Fossil Dyna just because I want this future fusion to resolve. We can normal Alias and just attack into it, and then if it is a 2000 butt, we can Gem Spark. I think that's the right play. Ooh, that's tough. That's really fucking tough, dude. Oh, fuck. I was not expecting Snow Eaters. That might just outright lose us the game. That might just lose us the game. I'm not committing the Torrential just yet either. Okay. Um, that's gonna wall us for longer than we'd like if this future fusion doesn't resolve. I guess in hindsight, the play was alias, Gemspark, preemptively destroy that, and then we draw, and then we just start poking. The same token, should we have expected Snowman Eater, or should we have expected like a Treeborn, or like just a dead dupe or something, or like anything else? I think it's reasonable to kind of expect it to be anything else. It's like Gemspark on a Treeborn is just really, really tough. Then we just don't have enough initiative, I think. So maybe that was a misplay. I'm really not sure. I mean, it was like the perfect punish, but we really didn't see any Snowman Eaters in game 2, so I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't out the future fusion. So here comes swap. And he's probably going to do some substitute bullshit. Um, so he can do some fucking crazy shit because he's just going to prio use this. And then let's just let it happen. That gets under bottomless, that gets under bottomless, that gets under bottomless, and that gets under bottomless. I think we just have to. Are we dead? What can he make right now? So this can make a Stardust, which basically fucks us. I think we're bottomlessing right now. Because he can just make Stardust, and then he can make Colossal, and then he can just go off. So I think we have to prevent the Stardust like now. Which stinks. He can make an 8. He can make a 5. This. Yeah, I think he would have made Stardust first. And then I think we just I think we're in a decent spot if he doesn't kill us this turn, which it doesn't look like he's going to. He can make a Stardust, probably. But he knows that an absolute zero is coming, so what's he make? Maybe like Colossal? Although, does that do enough for him? He's just going to try to get in for enough damage and get us on our heels. I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So we take 6. Right? Yeah. 32. Please do not have MST. Oh, nice. Nice. Let's think on position here. We probably just want to run over Android. I don't see any reason not to. Um, or or we summon and attack into Colossal and just blow up everything. It's coming out in attack position. We know that. Like, there's no reason to do defense. And from here, we... Alright, 25. I think we really want to remove Colossal this turn, just because the potential for that to like OTKS is very high. Um, and then we also, depending on how that goes, probably want to get Dyna online. I think we just want to blow everything up. We do. We just got to get this shit off. And this goes. Now, we don't know what's in hand. We don't have a read on that, right? So now is the point where we normal summon Dyna. We shuffle our hand, and then we set it and set a bluff. And if he has heavy, he has heavy, right? He probably would have used it last turn. In fact, I like guarantee he would have used it last turn. Because we had few. That's fine. Probably searching for heavy now, or searching for a monster to run over Fossil Dyna? What does he want? What does he want? Let's see. Caius? Eh? Caius. What's he gonna do with a Caius? Nothing to do in standby. Pretty easy Patty Hobes here. Spider-Man meme? Pointing Spider-Man meme? Uh, skill drain. What situation would we want skill drain? Not a lot. We still set it, but well, let's see what happens with the Dyna attack. Just need another beater. That's one on the Kai guy. God, we really need another beater. We got to get in for some damage here before he draws an out. It's probably a roar or something. Here's his Sark turn. Does he remember? Yes, he does. He's probably going to try to set something. Oh. Uh, you got it, pal. Brain con. Yeah, nothing we can do. Hit the gem spark, please. Damn. And we just lost. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I think we played decent here. The one thing on top of my mind is the subbing out one of the Atlantis for an ocean that seemed to come up. And other than that, I don't know if there's much else to take away. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.